of OGs. Super excited for this one. And we'll have our next speakers up after this 45-second musical interlude. So go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. Share this out. This is good stuff.
Sacrificing all this bread like I'm Richard Hart. Got paid on big payday and I had a hairy start. Now I'm checking on my pulse just to check my heart. Checking my MetaMask moving. Look at the HEX, he is mooning. Looking at why they be choosing. Peter is why they be losing. Pull chains out and get me a check. He's gas up and got me a mess. Remember the times he died collect. HEX, I been eating, I'm dying in the best. Getting this back like a year ago. Getting this post, I ain't letting go. Swerving the ring like a Lambo. Getting this back like a year ago. Getting this post, I ain't letting go. Swerving the ring like a Lambo.
What's up, guys?
Chilling. What's going on, man?
Guys.
This is one of the most exciting panels, in my opinion, the conference here. So super excited to let you guys take it away and chop it up for an hour.
All right.
We'll see if the internet lasts that long.
Yeah, my internet. Yeah. We're putting me up at the top, huh? All right. Well, what we're
I couldn't even hear what you said. That's I'm sure it was a diss, but I couldn't hear it.
I don't know if he's joking or not. He's really good at acting.
No, I don't believe he's joking. I think his internet does really suck.
Is this thing on?
Okay, he's messing around. He's so good at acting, guys. He's an actor. He literally just acts on YouTube.
Yeah.
So all right.
Yes. And that's just the water. It's not gin and tonic or anything. So
yeah. All right. I was
gonna bring my Tears of Hex Haters mug, but there's no tears to drink anymore.
I got the come and go 100 ounce mug.
That's the real mug right there.
the come and goer.
The come and go. Got to get that. All right. So what are we talking about again?
Hex, man.
Are there people in the chat? I like going.
I mean, speaking of coming and going,
I can't hear a word you guys are saying.
Oh, okay.
Right. Being this guy. All right.
Well,
So what are we saying? Just kick him out. Get him out of here. Yeah. It used to be a bouncer. Just get him out of here. All right.
I don't know, Cabana, you got some topics for us or what?
Sure, man. I came
ProveX.
Prepared. No, I did
We're
not.
supposed to talk about HEX, right?
Yes.
I mean, going off of Hexo's mug, coming and going, it's been 6 years, so we've had a lot of comers and goers, have we not?
Oh, is that? Oh, yeah, HEX conference. 6 years. Got it. I see
That's
what
why
we're
we're
doing
here.
I see what we're doing now. Okay.
This is true. This is true. There have been some that have come and many that have gone too.
Been a lot. It's been a lot.
Was somebody saying something to me?
No.
Oh boy. Here we
Get
go.
him out. Just get him out. Kick him out. Get him out of here.
It was
I'll text him and tell him he's banned.
I did think it was cool.
Yeah, I'm not going to
yesterday.
be very useful here, guys.
Oh boy.
I'm probably just going to keep interrupting and like ruining everything.
He's got a point.
I mean, he does know the flow. He does know how the flow
He's
goes.
like that drunk guy, the guy that's way too drunk at the party, and everybody else is like just on their first drink.
fucked.
And you're just like,
See ya.
dude.
He chimes in like 20 seconds later. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I used to do in high school? Well, there you go.
R.I.P. coffee.
All right. Yeah.
Uh,
All right. So coming and going. YouTubers. Are we talking about YouTubers, Hexicans, old Hexicans?
No, I just thought it was funny that you had that mug because it just harkened me back to just a tweet by Motley last night, who's like, you know, he's been around here forever, but it was actually at the top marker of the first HEX cycle. Big K was there, Coffee was there, and Motley posted a picture of his HEX shield that he had signed by everybody that was in attendance. And to look at the names that signed that, like I signed it. And man, I was like, you know,
I don't know if I signed it. I was there though.
We've had a few fall off the board, and you know, there are a few that still remain that are still here.
I can't believe we still have a conference.
Yeah.
Well, props to Maddie for doing this.
That's
To
what
you
I'm saying.
guys
I
too,
can't believe
because
there's enough people to get conference still going.
you guys have been
Congratulations.
around from the beginning, and so is Coffee. And yeah, I think that's why Maddie is like kind of excited for this panel, even though we're just like blithering away for the first 7 minutes of this. But the memories that we have. Yes.
No.
Yeah. We got a lot of memories. And yeah, that was my wife's comment too. She was, oh, you guys are still doing that thing, huh?
Yes, we are.
You guys gonna go play on the internet for a little bit?
Do a little stream.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I just had to go, take my whole family because there's no door on my house here. Well, you guys can't see it. Well, in my back room. And so the whole downstairs, if anybody's talking, you guys would hear them. So I have to like make them go upstairs like Anne Frank over there, and they're all just stuffed up there in the
that
floor.
Looks like Big K's grandmother's basement from The Highest of Stakes, kind of.
Yeah. Just gonna get more smoky.
Yeah.
The movie
does need a little more smoke effect.
There's my what was it, Zcash? What were you mining back in the day?
I did mine some Zcash.
I remember all the things.
That's actually, and the funny thing is just recently Zcash hit a higher than when I was originally mining it, like out the gate. I was pretty surprised.
Did you see recently all of their team completely crashed out and they're not doing it, and it went down like 30 or 40% in a day or something?
It was awesome. It was as high as it goes, as low as it goes, fast as you can.
Hey, things go really high, and then they come down really low.
Really, really low. Like lower
for
than
years, possibly. I want to know.
I mean,
so they just like exited, like, and extracted. Do they build on Pulse Chain by chance?
No. If they did that, they wouldn't have shown their face.
Oh, have you seen some of the people at this conference?
Okay.
I mean,
hey, all right.
Yeah, lots of people come and go for 6 years. Crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
I feel old now. I was 33 when I started. Now I'm 40.
85.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I had one kid when it started. Now I've got 4.
We were just babies, and yeah.
You have had a lot of children in that time period. That is for sure.
My body is showing it.
I have been impressed by that each go around.
Somebody's got to buy your guys' freaking hex bags. Those 15-year stakes aren't going to buy themselves, guys. I'm trying to get my kids on board. Pay for your guys' stakes.
Well, I appreciate your service, sir.
Yes.
Yes, and for the ones who are still here, because I think Big K and I have talked about this on recent shows, and it is the actual like true strength of this community is the community. It's the people in it that have stuck it out. They're still here. I mean, Hexo, you're here. Coffee was still here. At least he tried to be. He's here in spirit. Big K's here. We still have a core group that have stuck around, and the ProveX sacrifice, I think, is still a good indication of that. A lot of guys, OGs put into it and believe, and we'll see where that goes. So that's
I got a lot of good comments about the ProveX sacrifice, especially when it was dropped. It was like, next sacrifice, boys. Here we go. This is the one.
This is it.
All the people that I onboarded, they were thrilled. They were like, another sacrifice? Get me in.
If you love Pulse Chain and Pulse X, you're gonna love ProveX.
Yeah, that's how they felt. I agree. I know everyone was super thrilled. But that's again the fact that I couldn't even bring it up to several of these people is probably part of the reason why it's going to do pretty well.
No, I think you're right, which is why I think it's the funniest part. It's just because it was like, I'm not even going to call that guy. He was,
I can't even. Ooh, that's gonna be a tough conversation.
Yeah. Doing what?
And like some of the people that like they just haven't even paid attention. Like no, they don't even know. And I'm like, hey, you know, let's saddle back up, baby. Let's put it back in.
Yeah. Well, that's an interesting conundrum there, because it's like I've come to the point to where I think I've just like totally cut myself off from recommending crypto to people anymore, just because of the volatility and stuff going to zero, or not getting off the mat, or
it was
whatever.
Probably the same thing back in the day where it's like we got into Hex early, but it still went. When you tried to shill Hex for the first time, most people laughed at me. When it was at 0.00001 or whatever it was,
100%.
5 zeros, and they were just like, sure, dude. And then it went up 10,000x, and people at 20 cents were like, hey, bro, why didn't you try to get me in? It was like, you literally laughed at me when I took, like, I was trying to give people, I was trying to give friends 10,000 hex away to people, like, hey, if you want to try it, here's 10,000 hex. And then 10,000 hex was like $5,000 at the top, you know.
I remember putting my little business cards into a check at a restaurant that we were at with some friends at a wedding, and they were like, my friends were just clowning the shit out of me, just like, you're so dumb. And it was like, this is like, you know, end of January, right before COVID. So it was like, it was probably the last thing I did before COVID was going to this wedding. And I was just like, I don't know, man. And then, like maybe a year and a half later, both of them being like, what the fuck, bro? Why didn't you tell me? Like I literally did. I did tell you. Had the card. You remember the card? And then you were like, ha. You were like, ha. It was like serious Nelson vibes.
Mm-hmm. Well, that, and we have video proof, and if Coffee was here, he could also say this. Like, there is videos. I know Hexo, did live streams pretty much every single freaking day.
No, not pretty much. I did them every day.
Yeah, you did. You did. When did you start? Like right
off the gate.
I started doing videos.
Yeah, you were like faceless to begin with.
Yeah, faceless. I had like a doctor and like a thing, and then like for the first 2 weeks or something, and I was like, I'm just gonna live stream. This is this is too hard to put a video together.
And then you went on the streak, and
572 days straight. Yeah,
it was amazing. And, so we have video proof of, nobody can say, well, you didn't tell me about it. Well, you were on for 570 some days, telling people about it, so they could never say anything to the contrary.
Yeah, wow. I only got like 3 people in.
You probably changed 3 lives.
That I personally know. I'm like showing them. They're like, dude, I know you. I'm not bad. Like, what? I've never came to you with any, because I've never done financial stuff or anything like that, or shilled anything like, I was an Avon salesman or something beforehand or something, but not that Avon's bad or anything if you guys are into that type of thing, but I wasn't the seller type beforehand. So I was like, guys, I've never tried to shill you anything. You just buy this one thing. They should have
done it.
And then they did it 20 cents and now they're pissed.
Yeah, well.
I
mean, that's
no, it's not my problem, I guess.
Yeah, that's they can't, it's a timing thing.
It is crazy how many people started messaging me when it was like 10, 20 cents.
Well, that is the power of green candle technology. And people can hate on it, but it is a thing.
No, we need to codify that.
Yeah.
But I mean, there were different things at play. I think, we've had a lot of things working against us. I mean, most of them are obvious, like, founder and, legal matters, which are getting settled, hopefully, over time. And then he was very active and, has not been since. And I think that's a huge factor. I know he might tweet about it and say, that's not, that's not a huge marketing effect. I will disagree. I will die on that hill. It is totally wrong. You see Elon Musk out running, a $1 trillion+ company, and he does podcasts and Q&As and live streams, and it's a form of marketing for him. Like, people, take clips and put it all over social media and YouTube and comment on it. It causes discussion. So if we could ever get that back, I think that is like just it's an unbeatable form of marketing in crypto, especially. So I'm looking forward to it. I hope we get it. Yeah.
I think it'll come. I think that it's mostly the Interpol stuff that is probably the biggest factor that he doesn't stream. But I mean, yeah. I mean, and plus, even if he did stream, we've seen what happens. He, puts a video out and it goes up 5%, and then, the minute it's been out for 30 minutes, it goes right back down.
You mean one of the recorded ones?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, in general, like, I think that in a bear market, streaming wouldn't really matter. Like, what if he was streaming a year ago? Would it really matter to where we're at right now? Maybe we'd be up a little bit higher, but honestly, I don't think that it would be like.
I don't think we would have had.
I still would think we'd be wrecked. Like some of these guys, I feel like they just want to kill it. Yeah. They just want to get out, and they're just selling no matter what. $10,000 clips, and
that would have been muted a little bit, I think.
Yeah, you might be right. Yeah.
That causes some people to just throw up their hands and be like, all right, this guy's clearly given up, or at least in their minds, and then that causes capitulation, which is
maybe we want that though.
If you're in it for the long term, that's
less people fine to buy up against, though. If you're actually buying these new guys, when they come in, we want to buy them at 10 cents again, or do they want to be buying at the prices that we bought and then write up something? I mean, it sucks for everybody that bought up at those prices, but yeah, I get it on both. I get both sides. I do. Yeah, I'm like a little spit roast Hexo over here. I get it on both sides.
Well, now we have another product in the mix that could cause some news and views with ProveX. So maybe that's just what we needed, and that marks the bottom. Maybe we've already seen the bottom. Who knows?
How much was sacrificed for ProveX?
$400 million.
$400 bajillion.
I don't know if it was that in total with the recent sacrificing.
Yeah, I think it was unless the tracker was wrong. But
is it over now? I literally don't track anything.
I think it's tomorrow night, right?
No, it's one more day.
Yeah,
we're at the final days of the
22
sacrifice.
hours from now, I believe.
21 hours and 40 minutes.
Yes.
It says $403 million of value, but I would like to see a time basis on that. Like, how much is in for the volume bonus? Because that was, versus what
it was like at 16 before everything jumped.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah, once the volume bonus started, or the ended, or whatever, the first 15 days or whatever, that's when I was just like, all right, well, I got my money in, so I don't I don't care. Whatever happens after this is whatever happens.
Yeah,
120,000 ETH came in from Tornado. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's interesting though the way that the point scaling was done. So it's like this time around, because it was such a shorter sacrifice, and the jump in price, per $10 per 10,000 points went up so quickly. Like the amount of supply that was absorbed from these Tornado Cash inputs in actual supply was a lot less than you had than previous sacrifices. The other sacrifices, there's a much higher supply eaten up. So that's something to think about. There's a lot less of the supply that was taken, as well as your rate for whoever did sacrifice beforehand. The amount of points overall went from like 3, because like the value that went in was hundreds of millions of whatever dollars worth of value, but the amount of points that were created went from like 200 and something, not to maybe 300 million, a trillion, to 1.2 trillion. So like it went up about a scale of 4 for what is a lot bigger sacrifice in value. So like that moves everybody else's like like I would imagine, at least by market cap standards, everybody else's value that they put in would be worth 4x more right out the gate or so. You know,
I
not
like
with no volume
it when
bonuses
Richard
included.
buys all the supply, or whoever this OA randomly buys the supply, because then they're not selling, but all little weekend lettuce boys. Oh my
They can.
gosh, I can't hold on to anything.
But at least with this one, there's a lot less people that can sell.
60, yeah, I mean, 16 million worth of sell pressure is
compared
not,
to how
is not
many other
nearly as
millions
much.
with the other.
Yeah, you're right. So Richard put out today, what did he put out, like how would you release a coin $0 on the first day, and how would you release it so it wouldn't really, and then he said, what was the other one? What was the other tweet?
I don't know, Matt might be able to pull them up, but yeah.
Would you release it at $0 and keep it that way for a day? And then the other one was, how would you look the liquidity?
Yeah, the liquidity.
How much liquidity would you add and to where, or what's a good amount?
Yeah, there were some interesting.
I said as low as possible to the hardest to get to change.
Yeah. Well, and then it's like, I wonder if this is going to release a lot sooner than, like in the next few days.
Tomorrow at 7:01 p.m.
Yeah. Possibly. I mean, that's why you'd be asking us liquidity, or we get a 2 more weeks, era, like another era for everybody.
I mean, there might be some time to feel like
the tweets that we had there. Geniuses. What are your favorite ideas for making sure the ProveX launches at 0 and trades at 0? Yeah. So.
And you know why he had to put the second tweet? Because there's some idiots that are like, $0. What do you mean $0? It's like, oh gosh. I put in $5 into this thing. You're telling me it's coming out at 0?
Yeah. And you could, I mean,
because last time the way that it worked was that you could, like, Pulse and PulseX were worth nothing on day one because they weren't connected to anything.
There was no bridge. Yeah.
So how, like, again, it makes it trickier. That's a good question to ask, really, because
yeah.
And
I've still been trying to think about how to do it.
Start a new chain.
I mean, there was
that you don't bridge to it.
Yeah.
Couple really in-depth liquidity providing responses. I think Rags to Riches had one. Jexa had one. I mean, there's probably a bunch
this brilliant man had one. Definitely came up with it myself. Definitely.
This guy.
I didn't ask ChatGPT anything to how to do it.
You vibe coded that one.
Yeah, I vibe coded it. It works every time. Yeah, so I don't know. It is pretty interesting. I think that we'll probably get a lot sooner than like a pulse chain release, just because
it feels that way.
Yeah, well, I think like what he already mentioned.
I don't want to say nothing. I don't want to say nothing, guys. I have no idea when it's coming out. Okay,
I'm not talking the actual like.
No, but he did make comment that the tokens could come out way before the product this time around. So, that's. I would expect it to. I would expect, but again, have I been the wrongest wrong that ever wronged the longest? Hell yeah.
Yeah, we've all been there. Don't worry. I thought 10 cents was the bottom.
The bottom.
This is it, boys. 10 cents. We ain't going any lower.
No, I felt like that. A penny even. I was like, oh man, I can't go back below.
How about a tenth of 10 cents? How about a tenth of that?
Yeah. Now I just weep into my pillow of all of my things that I've said.
Hold me, children.
So silly things.
Just don't take any advice from guys that are on the internet. We are literally in the dark, just like you guys. So we're just random dudes on the internet.
Yeah, that's it.
But yeah, I hope that it comes out soon. I mean, it'd be cool if it came out before this bull market, which everybody, that's another topic. There you go. Have we already passed the bull market, guys? Are we in the bear market? That's what I've been hearing. Everything's going back down. We have to be in the bear market, right? Bitcoin is going down to $15,000, and that's it for us.
I think that this is the different. I think that something about this cycle
This is
different.
It's different this time, Big K.
I mean, it's not that. It's
No,
like
don't do it. Go away.
all right. Maybe not. Maybe
Interstellar.
you're right. Maybe we go straight back down all the way to $1,200 for Ethereum. But like, there's been a lot of people who bought this shit this year. Like, I mean, we didn't have retail buy. We didn't have any
Right.
retail buy
Yeah.
from all the way from 1,800 up to $4,000 or whatever. You know. So where's the money come from? It's people that are willing to defend probably the prices that they're purchasing at pretty heavily. You know, the Tom Lees and Michael Saylors of the world. And so I think that they're going to want to dump on somebody first. So I think that we go up still, like, you know, maybe not tomorrow or whatever, but like, I think Ethereum sees higher prices. I mean, like, I think that you're already seeing rates coming down. You know,
it'd be the worst bull run that we've ever had.
Yeah, the macro backdrop.
Literally the dumbest bull run. Like, other than Bitcoin going up, it's like Ethereum didn't hit an all-time new high.
Well,
like
barely
nothing.
Touched. Like,
okay,
yeah,
if we want to call it an all-time.
That's
new
not.
It
No,
didn't even stay there for like more than a day. You know, it was like. So
no,
it was like the.
So that's why it doesn't feel like it feels like. The things are going to end up extended another year at least. You know, like we'll see, you know, a bull run this year more likely than last year. That's definitely was. I mean, we saw a lot down last year, so like, I mean, I don't know.
This is the year, boys. We've been saying that since 2022.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of better, you know, macro backdrop, but you know, who knows? You're right. We could go back down again. Who knows? Fucking.
Well, I think that you're right. Like, nobody was buying anything but Bitcoin. I feel like back in the day. So it's like they're like Big K. I don't, Cabana. How long have you been in crypto? Like since 2017, 2018?
Yep.
Okay, so like we've been all through like at least 2 or 3 bull runs. Like. Usually you see like coins randomly just go up, you know, 1,000% in a day, you know, and you're like, what the heck happened to that one? And then it goes down a little bit, and then another coin goes up 1,000% in a day. And you didn't see any of that really. I mean, maybe it was the pump fund type things, you know, other than that. But
yeah,
like, talking about bigger coins with bigger market caps that are harder to push than just these little tiny, you know, $10,000 market cap coins.
No, most of the big name coins, like top 100 coins that were out there, did not do like they weren't things to be holding the cycle either.
Right? Yeah, like Solana did pretty good, but and really it didn't do that good. Like I'm talking about bull run.
I mean, it had its cycle in the beginning of the things in 2024, but like since 2024's top, no, it has not. It's not gone past that. You know,
right.
Didn't go. It's 50% down from $300+ or whatever.
And it started at like what 8, and even that is pretty weak for a bull run. Like a 20x is nothing in a bull run. Like we've seen just crazy, you know, 100. I mean, HEX did a 10,000x. That's what you're supposed to be seeing, like 100x on these coins, 200x, 500x is on just, you know, coins, and you're just like not seeing that. I mean, XRP barely hit an all-time high. These big coins that are in the top 100 should be at least hitting some all-time highs.
Bigger highs.
Not.
Yeah, and I think that comes with retail money coming in when people start feeling like they have more money to spend, and you know.
Yeah.
Well, that, and I
mean, we're not there yet.
I mean, even though we have like the macro that is still coming in, we're going to get rate cuts, and you know, we have a crypto-friendly government. Even more legislation might be, you know, favorably passed in our, you know, near future. We're competing against hot money with the AI revolution. So a lot of money's going into AI stocks, all that stuff, and then so many more. I mean, crypto has been so easy to launch. Anybody can make a coin nowadays. So there's so much diluted energy.
Right.
It's like, okay, you know, everybody's buying their favorite meme, and this didn't exist, you know, 6-7 years ago. The supplies, you know, were way lower. You had time to get your head around a story of like a polka dot or something, multi-chain, and all that. Well, that's the ticket, and then chain link, and you could actually factor in and understand something's utility. And now it's just like, oh, buy my dog dick butt.
Well, I don't even think people like crypto that much anyway. I think that they just liked it as a gambling thing, and now gambling is like crazy taken off. You can gamble on anything.
That's another one, like prediction markets.
Yeah. Prediction market
energy has gone there as well. So,
dude, I saw a thing where you could gamble in your credit card on your credit card balance. You could do like a double or nothing. I was like, what? That is not good. That is not good. Yes, because people are like, dude, well, I just want to get rich doing something, and then and the poly market and stuff. It's like, dude, you could just this is going to be tomorrow or something. You could just put a bet on it, and then it goes by tomorrow, and then you can either take the money or go. You don't have to wait for a crypto cycle. You don't have to sit there and wait.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's
people hate waiting. Unfortunately for Hexicans.
I think that's why like the ones that will succeed are the ones with the most powerful community and outspoken founder, knowledgeable founder, whatever, most marketable founder. Like, I know some people don't want to hear that, but it is like the competition is so great now for, the hot money sloshing around. It's AI, it's prediction markets, it's everything else that we've been talking about. 40,000 different coins out there. Like, what separates this community? And we have to point to our strengths, and it certainly is the people in it. I think Big K and I think Buck might be on next. They had some really good onboarding ideas about going to conferences and using the tablet marketing and stuff like that, or just various things like that. Because anybody knows who's hung around or been at a live event, this community, like, you can't hate us if you meet us live. Like, it is like we are the coolest, funnest community out there. I'm sorry, I've been there. Yes, goofiest as well. I will take it.
Whether we're entertaining because we're fun or because we're a train wreck, doesn't really matter. There's a reason for you to keep paying attention to us.
Or we throw really good parties.
Yeah.
We do that too.
Who's that really goofy dude that is the crypto? Like, he's got the really big nose and he does the stupid faces. I can't remember. He's on Twitter.
Oh, I know who I don't know the dude's name.
You know who I'm talking about though?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So that guy is great at just like if he, I don't know if he has a coin or whatever. Choose Rich Nick.
Rich Nick. Yeah. I think that's his name.
I don't know what his name is, but he's like good at marketing. I don't know if he's a founder of some coin or anything like that, but I just like see his stuff and I'm like, dude.
Oh yeah, he was like,
the point like everybody hates his face, but it's like he gets more
marketing.
Followers. Yeah, like it was kind of like Richard's hate, when everybody hated him for the outlandish marketing that he did back in the day, the hate marketing. A lot of people hated it back in 2022. A lot of people sold because of it, which I think was all planned. I don't know if it was, but I think that people are still using those memes today of Richard with the huge bags, walking with the Louis Vuitton. They still use them today, and they're not even part of our community. And it's like, see, this is it's something that it is forever. Like, you want staying power. So I think it's awesome. Rich knows what to do. Okay, Rich Nick. Yes,
Nick knows.
Yes.
Play on words.
What you did there. No, it's true. I agree. I think that is some of the stuff that we have, and I think with a new product coming out that might be, I've actually seen I've been doing some research on our, what the competition or the thing that we're forked from, ProveX is the ZK P2P stuff, and like there's some legit power in the technology and ways to make money. I mean, there's already people.
I'm not trying to give it. I really don't know.
There's already people using the ZK P2P technology to do what is crypto swapping. And if you're a liquidity provider for it and readily moving things, you can actually make pretty decent yield on it too. And it's basically, it is exactly what said. You can switch crypto through, where is the whole different list of them all? There's a bunch of different places, Venmo and all different places where people can go use ZKP2P to switch on-ramp USD in 60 seconds. Basically, that's their little pitch. And there's PayPal, Monzo, Wise, Cash App, Venmo, Revolut are all ways that you can use. And
did you say Wise?
Wise?
Yeah. Not
not the cooking.
not what you're thinking about. There's another.
Okay.
Damn it! He got us. He got us.
Payment. He got us.
That's
the payment processor out there.
He won after all. Peter got us, boys. There's an OG. Most people won't get that one. Most people won't get the Peter.
That's unwise of you, Big K.
Oh man, no, I shouldn't even. But no, there is definitely people making a spread off of the volume that's going through there, and a decent amount of volume. It's nothing, it's not like massive by any standards yet, but I don't think this has been promoted very well, or as or at all really.
Well, that's the thing. Like this is new, so it will require like promotion. So it's like you're going to launch something without some sort of marketing. And I thought it was rather curious that the tablets, they don't mention anything about this, because I guess this was actually launched or announced after Pump.Tires was put on there, HEX, Pulse Chain. So that something, there's going to have to be some sort of marketing effort. The word's got to get out somehow, because this thing's launching. It wouldn't make sense to launch something without any word getting out there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I agree.
I hope,
but there is definitely. I mean, this is a thing that does work. So, like when I think that we should have, if we have tokens quickly, we should have a product, relatively quickly to market. Because it's going to be this hasn't taken off yet. You're talking, $300,000 of weekly volume going through it. Last week. So it's not like it's a ton yet, but like it is definitely something that's growing. And
there is a burn, right? So,
I don't know about on ours. There is. I don't know anything. I don't know anything about theirs in that regard as far as token goes. I don't think they have.
Oh yeah, I was just pointing to ours, but yes.
No. I was looking at theirs, and theirs does not have that. It does have, some 1,000 users in the past, whatever. So it's not like, again, it's nothing massive. I think we could be much bigger, and I think the use case is for sure there. And from what I'm seeing on rates and everything like that, like it's very favorable for people to use this over most other small time solutions. Like as far as cost goes, like if you're going to use, Moonswap or whatever, one of those other ones, Changelly or something like that, you're going to pay way more in fees for using that than you will using this. So,
what website is this?
That you guys are on?
Yeah,
ProveX.
Yeah.
What?
ProveX?
This is ProveX.com?
This is ProveX, the one that we're there. You guys are looking at. Yes. The one I was looking at was.
Oh, yeah. I knew that.
Yeah.
Sacrifice now.
You got one more day to do it, folks. You got one more day.
Yeah. Well, maybe don't sacrifice now. Maybe just wait to buy it. But you can do whatever you want.
I don't know. Wait till the.
Yeah, we're not giving any financial advice here.
Yeah, that's not what we do here. We don't. You do what you want to do. I'm going to tell you your options, maybe. But
yeah.
Damned if I'm telling you what to do.
Yep. So how are we supposed to get crypto hyped again? That's what I don't sacrifice now. Okay.
Sorry.
I mean,
I did not mean that. Yeah, do not. That is financial advice. Do not.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting the shittiest rate. You probably can buy it on the initial dump better, but
Yeah. Not financial advice there
not
either.
financial advice.
Yeah,
it would be cool if there wasn't that this time, but
right. But I agree with Maddie. Do not sacrifice now. It's probably not in your best interest. So,
but you could.
You could.
You
The
could.
option is there. The button.
We're not
is
going to
there.
hold your hand on this one.
We're not going to.
So how do we get crypto back in the mainstream? That's what I want to know, because it really has taken like a back seat now. Everything else is, nobody really cares. You don't really hear anything.
I say there's got to be some sort of AI play, man. We got to have like AI using crypto to make it easier to facilitate, like through the ProveX thing, maybe make it easier to move your money around with just. I could be like, hey, send X amount of dollars to this address, and it'll move from my Chase account straight over to the crypto into an address. You can make things move that seamlessly.
Ease of use. I think that's it. You're hitting it, Big K. It's ease of use
thing. Mm-hmm. Because right now, I mean, it still is harder than it needs to be.
Yep. And the first one to accomplish that's a huge box to check. And whatever chain or coin or whatever makes utility so easy and understandable for the common user, that's the winner right there. It's like I said, there's like 40,000 whatever, how many thousands and thousands of memes and just garbage crap out there, and something needs to separate it, and it's got to be, you have to have some sort of utility with ease of use, I think.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah. I wait 13 days to unstake my HEX stake, so after they've come due. So I'm always like, I don't want to get it out right now. I don't care. And then day 13 comes around. I'm like, all right, today I have to do that because day 14 you start getting penalized. I'm not gonna take the penalties, but yeah, I mean it's ease of use is probably the best idea, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, I think I think it's what everybody wants right now, and what everyone's seeking with the AI tools that are becoming increasingly popular.
But is the ease of use getting on a centralized exchange?
I don't know. No, probably not necessarily.
But we just sacrificed. Let's just say there were $16 million in the sacrifice. I know that there's 400.
Let's just
say there was only $15 million. Let's just say 10. How much of that would it cost to get on the Coinbase? How much does it cost to get on Coinbase? I'm just asking questions.
I don't know. I mean, according to them, they don't charge, and they list blah blah blah.
You have to fill out your application and all that.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah. I've tried that.
I know.
And then it's like, if you're the founder, please do this. And I'm like, well, I'm not the founder, so we have to get Richard to do it.
Yeah, well, AI says that it costs nothing to get listed on Coinbase because that also lies to you. So
you better not talk about our overlords like that. They're coming for us. No, I think that getting on Coinbase is probably the best ease of use case. Literally.
Yeah, that is a solid one. I mean, I think that for all crypto,
just get into Pulse Chain, if you could buy Pulse Chain on Coinbase,
expands the user base immediately.
Yes, immediately, and then they can send it over to Pulse Chain if they want to mess around or whatever, and then they can buy HEX or whatever they want to do, or any other big exchange. I'm not just saying Coinbase, but Coinbase is the one most Americans use, which is where all the money is. Sorry, India. But that's where all the money is.
Yeah, no, I feel that. I think that if your bank account's interest rate was under 2% again, then people would also be very interested in. If it was under 3%, even people would be much more interested in risk on assets.
Yielders,
yielders would look for yield somewhere else. And that might be in crypto. I think that's another way that things change for the better, which it's slowly happening. I think you have to wait another year for it to be anywhere near where that's severely attractive, but coming.
Yeah, I mean, even yield on stables in some places isn't bad right now.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
that's what I
like on
mean.
home base,
Is
it's like 2 or 3%,
as long as you
right?
can get 5 to 10% on your dollars somewhere, then people aren't that inclined to go buy something else.
So now that you've said that, what is the interest rate on HEX with everything staked? Is it that?
Mm, is it like 9 or something percent?
I don't know.
If
I
you're,
don't know the percentage, but it's like 1.5 hex per T share or something like that.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I just
okay.
don't know what the percentage is.
Yeah, I don't know what the actual percentage is.
Repeated buys on Coinbase is super convenient. Yeah, it is. It is.
Yep.
What would you say is a good sized bag of HEX, Pulse, PulseX, Ink, and ProveX?
Ooh.
I don't know.
I mean, it depends
1
on
billion, 1 billion of Pulse and PulseX, and at least 5 million of HEX. That seems doable at these prices.
yeah.
What is 5
That
million hex? I don't know what
is
5
doable.
million hex is, but
I mean, if you
grand,
10 million hex is like
Well-
what, 37 grand or something like that, 38.
5 million hex. We got to do big
like 15.
numbers so big.
Under 15.
Or 28. So it'd be like, I mean,
14 grand. 14 grand for 5
14.
million hex.
14
and a
grand,
billion.
5 million hex. And a billion pulse is only 16 grand. And a billion pulse X is
So
like
just
12
100 grand, guys.
That's it.
That's it.
That's all.
14,
What, you can't do
16,
100 grand? You can't just throw 100 grand into something right now? You don't believe
I think
me?
that's only like it's 42,000, but no, I feel you. That's and then ProveX.
Well,
I don't know. I mean,
like the economy is wrecked. I don't know. You know, Trump tries to, and I love Trump, but you know, Trump saying that everything's going great, it kind of sucks. Because like little guys, I'm like, I go to the grocery store and spend like $2,000 a month on groceries with 4 kids. It sucks.
That's because you're pumping out like a baby a year, man.
Yeah, well, I gotta keep it. I gotta keep it going. I'm just saying the average household isn't
and that's an interesting
most people aren't doing like, you know, they don't got them stimmies. They need them government stimmies to
yeah, and that's coming, I think.
Hopefully.
We'll get that. You know, you've noticed the change in rhetoric regarding affordability because that was the talking point on the left. So Trump and his administration is just taking that ball and run with it. So they're doing everything from housing to beef, like, you know, changing around tariffs, like trying to make things more affordable because people are looking at this, the housing thing, and, you know, putting it out there, you know, oh, well, you know, Blackstone and BlackRock shouldn't be able to buy, you know, houses anymore because they're going after that entire narrative. So that's
great. Remember last year when eggs were $36 for the thing at Costco, and now it's like $11 now. it's really nice. So yeah, I mean, prices have come down on some things. Some things definitely suck still, but yeah, it's still pretty unaffordable for most people. That's what sucks for the little guys that, you know, they have $1,000 in their bank account and they want to get in, and you're like,
well, I mean, you're also speaking on the crypto side too, because like if you've been solely into crypto, then like you're pretty much wrecked. If you've like had some exposure to, you know, some stock market stuff, you're probably not doing too bad. I mean, you know, the markets have gone up aside from the, you know, as long as you didn't get caught offside on the tariff tantrum. You've been in a lot of these names, and I think they'll continue to perform. Like we're in the middle of like a revolution. There's going to be big dips and volatility along the way, but we're in a thick of like a really nice tech revolution right now. So
well, and not only that, but I guess they're supposed to get $21 trillion to invest into the American economy. So that'll be pretty nice if that actually happens. Some things are just said. What was the questions that we were asked? Can we send tablets to Greenland for when they get 100,000 each? Yeah,
right.
Great idea. Great idea.
Free charge. Here's 100 grand. Oh, and here's a tablet.
And just get the leaks of those names into Greenland. There's only how many people live on Greenland? Like 50,000.
That's only like it's not 40,000, 50,000.
Yeah. Is that a massage chair in the back?
It is a massage
Dude,
chair.
that looks like a spaceship. It looks like you're going into freaking what is that? Ready Player One?
Like, here, there's Neo in the Matrix, and he's got it.
Bro's got it all. That's freaking awesome. That thing must feel really nice.
Does
it do anything else?
Does not suck. No, it doesn't. Does not come with that attachment.
Well, I would have to buy. I would put the extra couple grand in for that attachment.
The microphone that comes down.
Yeah. You can make videos. All right, let's go on to the next question. Well, I guess it's 4%. Yield is 4%.
That's what I was about to go to. There you go.
4%.
Yeah.
Thank you, Maddie.
Which is not that bad. I mean, it's better than inflation. Supposedly.
Yeah, depending on the year.
Yeah. Well, 2 years ago, it was pretty bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
Although the government said it was only 3%, so the Fed said it was like 3 or 4%. That's not, they never lie to us. So I'm glad
they never lie.
They've never lied to me. Okay,
they never manipulate the data.
Nope.
I've never fallen for the propaganda, not even once. I served in the Marines. I went to Iraq. I did it. 9/11 happened just the way they said. Sorry, Maddie, if this stream gets kicked off.
Yeah, we're agreeing.
We are staying. We're on topic. We just have a lot of laughs in between.
AI mass layoffs will drive crypto and stock markets to the moon, but then you'll have protests, riots, violence breaking out. Maybe that is going to be crazy when AI starts taking everybody's jobs. Not that this is an AI stream, but yeah, I could do a whole hour on that.
I mean, I could too, but I'm not sure I follow the idea that crypto and stock markets would necessarily like moon if everybody is immediately out of jobs. Like, I feel like a lot of people would have to sell their things if they lose their
What about universal basic income? That's going to have to happen, and then those people are going to go, well, I would like to put it into something that
they're going to be able to. So then you're telling me that with their UBI, because they can't fucking eat, that they're going to be able to spend that money on crypto now?
Yeah.
How does that shit work?
Don't fight it, Kirk. Wow. Don't fight it, okay?
I mean, I want to believe. I'm all for it. Like,
Okay, we got a naysayer in the good chat. Get him
out.
Get a crypto copy his ass.
I'm just trying to follow this all the way through.
No, I think
I'm not saying no. I'm not saying no.
UBI will be enough to get people on. Like, it'll be enough to people can afford their bills, and then they'll have a little bit left over, maybe.
Well, I think that some of the argument is from the AI side is that we'll have such wild advancements in things and costs will come down so dramatically that it won't cost nearly as much to, all these, the food prices will come down and all these, that's the utopia idea that people want to spring to.
And who knows how long it will take to get to that point. But
they're calling you Big K, and K stands for Big Conspiracy now.
I try to engage in as little conspiracy theory as possible, but
no, I see what you're saying.
It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen next year or whatever.
If we have an AI overlord, it will.
Overlord, yeah, sure. Yeah, yes, in that instance.
Zoltan.
There you go. But I mean, a way to hedge it. I mean, if you are absolutely terrified of AI, then buy yourself some NVIDIA, buy yourself some Tesla, buy yourself some physical AI stuff that will end up taking over your jobs, like robotics and stuff like that. So if you are that terrified, go buy some of that stuff, and then maybe you can sleep at night. And but yeah, I mean, it is like a weird thing to think about. I think like you would want to at least hedge your future. Don't do it all with crypto. But you know, obviously Hexo wants you to, or at least save all your money for crypto in the future. But seriously speaking, you know, you want to hedge yourself a little bit if that is a worry of yours. If all the jobs are gone, everybody's on UBI in like 10, 15 years, I have a hard time believing that. But you know, if you think that's the case, you know, buy some AI stuff, and that way you're
Clip it, boys. Clip that.
You're hedged against it. So it is, you know, a competitive landscape for the next maybe, what is it, 3-5 years? What does Raoul Powell say? The economic singularity. If that theory holds true, then 5 years from now we're all on an even playing field. So what do you have? Everybody throw your cards down. You're not making any more money if you're super rich or poor or whatever. It's just you got what you got because everybody's gonna make the same amount because everybody's got robots, and you know, so it's a weird thing to think about. Like
Oak Smith in the chat had a good idea. We all need to open up daycares.
Yes, there it is.
And we can become millionaires.
That's Jerry.
This is a better idea than just making any crypto, guys. We make a daycare, a crypto for daycares.
I was gonna say a daycare meme coin, but okay.
Or that. I mean, I'll you know, let's start, you know, rolling things into Richard Hart. Let's get into his comments, see what he wants to do. Maybe he can fork a daycare.
Make it like a national like
LEAR. Yeah, there it is. We got it. It's done. Let's make it.
This is gonna be hot, boys. This is gonna be a hot one. We gotta fork it. So we
right now.
Let's make our own. We have to fork a daycare. That's the only problem.
No. The Pulse Chain Leering Center.
Well, that's a good hour, boys.
Yep, that was good.
We did it.
We are leering the community.
Leering it? Yeah, leer.
Yeah.
I think it would be a big hit.
I'm in.
I mean, somebody's going to do it by now because I mean, Cryfag. How long did it take for that to come out?
Yeah,
it was like minutes, right?
Yeah.
After Richard posted that, so
yeah, that was a good one though.
Yeah,
I mean, it was.
Good, I had me a good laugh for like 5 minutes. I was like,
yes, I mean, but that's the problem with crypto. Maybe just like right there, it's like, oh, somebody just went out and made a coin. A bunch of people put their perhaps cores, like a Pulse or something, buying that crap, trying to chase a pump, and then whoever created that, you know, I'm not saying it happened, but you know, somebody dumped it, somebody bought, somebody sold. But just times that by hundreds or thousands of just weird coins, people selling their cores for it. And then, you know, you're wrecked. And that's basically Richard, I think, you know, kind of conveys that, you know, over his videos and tweets. It's like, all right, you're selling your cores. Why?
But there are some people that don't do that, like me, unfortunately. Sometimes. Sometimes I feel like, damn, I wish that could have been me.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I like my cores. I like my
cores, but I wish I had 100x of them.
Oh yes,
I doing one meme coin.
Yeah, I love my ink and my Pulse Chain, Pulse X, all that stuff, and Hex. But yeah,
what's up, Maddie?
I agree.
Hey. So what kind of price do we have to have in Hex to get Hexo and everybody else streaming again regularly? Got 10 cents.
Yeah. You get 10 cents on the board. I will stream every day. I will stream every day until it's not 10 cents anymore. You boys can pump it up to that. We got a deal.
It's gonna take to 10:01, and then the next day it's gonna be like 9:99. Like, I'm done.
Can stream. No.
Well, I really appreciate you guys for coming on here. This is the 6th annual time that we've done this, and you guys have all participated over the years, and so really, really appreciate it.
Yep, no problem, Maddie.
Yeah,
where
we've been
can
happy to do
people
it.
find more of your guys' content as long as the price does well enough?
You can find mine on Twitter because I'm on there perpetually on the internet. So you guys should just. But if you're gonna cry about stuff, you probably don't want to follow me. So if you don't like a joke here and there.
Hexologist 31 on Twitter.
Oh yeah, there we go. That's what mine is.
You can find me at Big Kurkowski on Twitter, and if you want to cry, you can cry to me. I don't mind. It's fine. You can just leave him out of it.
Yeah, if you're a grown man, please cry to Big K. Don't cry to me.
Yeah.
I have no time or patience for that. Even the Telegram rooms are just like awful to look at. But yeah, Cabana Crypto. I will tease tomorrow's show because Maddie's next guest will be on. So we are doing a happy hour tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern, and looking forward to Buck and Dylan coming up and talking on the HEX conference. So thank you again, Maddie.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Maddie, for putting it on.
Sounds great. Yeah. Thanks, guys. And we'll have a 1-minute interlude here before we bring up our next speakers. Thanks so much.
Appreciate it.
Let's talk about the highest appreciating asset class today. It's crypto, not stocks and bonds. Boy, this ain't for play. My word plays to educate the children around my way, so they can get out the hood. No, I don't want to stay. Education's critical in my life, pivotal. Could have been in jail or dead. Yeah, it's just that simple. But back to investing. Here, take some notes. Never go all in like jumping off a boat. Dollar cost averaging. Google that term so you can keep your shirt on, so you don't get burned. Now there's a risk to all investments. This you should know. You can take yearly profits and get ready to blow.
Welcome, guys.
Hello, Maddie.
Hello, Maddie.
Thank you so much for coming on the 6th annual HEX conference. You guys have free reign to discuss everything HEX and ProveX, sorry, because you guys have had the most successful pool here, raised many millions of dollars, and so I'm hoping on the eve now of the last moments for the origin address to sacrifice for ProveX, maybe you guys can give us a lay of the land, and I'll let you take it away for the next hour.
Thanks, Maddie.
All right. That sounds wonderful, Maddie. Dylan, why don't you take it away, buddy?
Sure.
I'll just put a little egg timer on, and I'll come back in about 55 minutes. See how you do.
Sure. Yeah. So the pool did pretty good, right? I mean, we raised
we were feeling pretty good about our position.
We're a little cute, in my opinion. I think we're a little cute. Yeah. We're big, but we're cute.
Yeah, we're big but cute. But then yeah, everybody's been really bummed out because some jerk came and put $300 million or something like that in the pool at the last minute.
Man, I wonder who that could be.
So we're diluted, Dylan. Oh no.
Oh fuck, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. We've been fielding that one for the past week.
I know.
Yeah. So what's your like summary of those events? I guess. Yeah, you go ahead.
I'll say this. I wish Richard sacked during the multiplier bonus because it would have actually helped us. Because none of his sacks are over $1.5 million. It's all just separate wallets. So that's a very interesting point. We could have probably been at 3. So everybody would have been better off, which would have been cool,
Interesting. So obviously he's been sacking. We expected that. We've been right a lot about Richard lately. The multiplier didn't get squashed. That was something that people were, trying to FUD our pool about for a long time. But that obviously didn't happen either.
And as you've now pointed out, even if he had sacrificed, it probably would have come from a whole bunch of different wallets. So that would have never been the intention. Yeah, it's interesting. I think Richard is obviously a fun guy to look at and think about. Today he's tweeting, sort of, kind of forward-looking statements a little bit.
Yeah.
Talking about where would you like liquidity? On what day? Or like, do you think this should trade at 0 for a day or something like that? That I think that tells you he's thinking about
Gearing up.
Yeah, he's gearing up. What's your take on it, Dylan?
I mean, I think he's just trying to do a little like, hey, it's coming soon. Maybe it's a little FOMO thing because, like, in reality, okay, where else is he going to launch it? Probably on Pulse. I mean, I don't think he'll launch it on ETH. If it does, it's probably bad for everything else, is my guess. So I don't think he'll do that. But pairing liquidity and stuff, maybe he's open to something. Because the tried and true old method of just hooking everything together, maybe it's not working so well. I don't know. Maybe he's open to ideas there, but I don't fucking know. I think it's perhaps just more telling that it's probably coming sooner than later, in terms of like how fast he wants to get this out. He's not really tied down to the product launching. So my take.
Yeah, I think to me that looks like the standard playbook. It's going to be thin liquidity, probably on Pulse chain, wrapped over to Ethereum. I thought about responding to that question, but I read it and kind of assumed it was rhetorical.
Sure.
Did you get the? He doesn't actually want people's advice on this, right? I don't think, but what I would
launch it anywhere else. Like, come on.
Yeah. Well, I kind of have a view on this. If I had it my way, like, for one, I don't really care about what he does precisely at launch. That's for people that want to.
They want to pull Moritz.
They want to pull Moritz and Jeet away. I'm not going to be worried about that part. But what I would like to see, if I had it my way, ProveX token would exist on Pulse chain, probably in the largest amounts, but I would have it exist natively on Ethereum and Solana, and probably a couple other things as well. I think that would actually be the right way to do it, and that can be done in a couple of ways. The reason I say this is because we want people to come buy the token, once it starts doing well, and having it natively exist on a few different chains, I think, is actually the better strategy for North Korea-ing the token. If it exists solely on Pulse chain, or even just solely on a Pulse chain and Ethereum wrapped over, it just doesn't quite have the same impact as being this sort of ubiquitous token that you can find everywhere. Dylan, can you think of any tokens that you can find kind of on every chain?
Stables.
Yeah, like USDC and Tether.
Sure.
Yeah, are those things popular?
Extremely.
Yeah. So I mean, like, it works for them. Why not try a risk token that's on every chain, right? well, people will complain, oh, concentration risk, they're it needs to be decentralized, etc. But it's working really well for USDC and USDT. And you can put it in a DAO, but I happen to know a guy who thinks that concentration is a good thing.
True.
He thinks it's a fundamental. So in that case, maybe we should try issuing it on all the major chains, Ethereum, Pulse Chain, Solana, Base. You have your pick, and then it becomes a token that everybody all over the world can play with, and that helps them get to Pulse Chain. That helps them discover Pulse Chain. That helps them ultimately discover HEX, right? Like I think that's what you want to have happen. So the metaphor I like to use is that Pulse Chain right now feels a bit like North Korea, right? There's only one road in, and it's through China basically. In this metaphor, Ethereum is our China, right? So no one can really get to us, right? And that's not a good way to run things from an economic standpoint. You want your economy to feel more like a place like Singapore, where there's boats, there's a massive harbor, and ships from all over the world are coming in and out, right? Or better yet, like America, where you've got many ports, many airports, tons of railroad, and all sorts of commerce happening, right, all across the country. That's where you ultimately would like to be, and that's how you create a really massive economy. So what do we want? What do we want for HEX and Pulse Chain and all these things? We would like ProveX to basically sit everywhere and be a conduit to Pulse Chain, right? But that'd be kind of the ideal thing that could happen. Not saying that it will, but I think that's, to me, what we should aspire to do with ProveX. So people should be sitting on base, see this token go up a lot, go, that's interesting. What is it? Oh, is that Richard Hart's new thing? Okay, I'll buy some just for the hell of it, right? And they learn a little bit more about the protocol. Oh, gee, this is interesting. We can send money, from point A to point C, right, via point B, which is Pulse Chain. Okay, cool. All right, that's a neat thing, right? Oh, while I'm at it, maybe I'll pick up some HEX on Pulse Chain for old time's sakes. I never really felt like using the bridge, but since I can do it via the protocol, and it's easy, I don't really have to think too much about it. Maybe I'll pick up some HEX while I'm at it. Can't hurt. It's still a good brand. Could pump a lot at these prices, right? That's the kind of thing that you want to have happen. And you want to have that happen basically, thousands of times per day, all over the world. So that's kind of what I'm hoping we'll see out of Richard. I don't expect that to happen on day one, but I would like to see something like that occur. I do think it's the best play, there'll be some person with a very low IQ hearing this going, oh no, you need to have everything on Pulse Chain, with my HEX pumps or my Pulse X pumps. It's like, no, buddy, you need to have people using this thing and caring about this thing and pushing its price up a ton, and creating interest in Pulse Chain so that you have a conduit for people to get to Pulse Chain in the first place. People aren't just going to go visit North Korea for fun, right? Like maybe like one or two people will, right? But why do they not visit? Because there's no roads in, because it's hard to get to. There's no flights that you can take, right? There's no you need a visa. You want to make your thing easy to get to first, and that's what we have to do. So I'm hoping that ProveX can be very helpful with that. And yeah, you don't want to be North Korea. Once again, I talk to a lot of these Hexicans, and they think, oh no, like we should just have no, we should be friends with nobody and expect price to go up, right? Like we should have no outreach and expect price to go up. That's how they see things, Dylan. And it's like, no, that's not how it works, buddy. You need to expand the tent. You need to bring in more people. You need to get more people interested in buying tokens. That's how they go up, right? So that doesn't happen with you sitting in your basement, insulting people and demanding that everything be, all the liquidity be on one chain. I don't think that's the right way to approach things. So yeah. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but this is purely my own preference. If I have to guess, the token's going to be on Pulse chain, and it's going to be paired with Pulse primarily. That would be my guess. I don't know. What do you think, Dylan?
I mean, that's kind of what my intuition says, but I hope it's a little diversified in terms of with stables and ETH, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, of course it will. Of course it will be.
Yeah, I think logistically speaking, what you're asking for is a lot. Like, I mean, I'm sure it's possible, but I'm not sure he's going to do it. You might get the wrap stuff. I mean, he could probably do that pretty easily, right? Like you just,
well, he doesn't even have to do the wrap stuff. That can just happen via the bridge. But and I know what I'm asking for is a lot. It's not actually a lot. It's easy. But yeah, it's maybe more than he's willing to do. But it's actually really straightforward. You just have a few different contracts, right? And you have to have keys that you use to issue. So basically you burn on one side, you create on another, sure. Right? And this I know people get angry, keys, evil keys, but look, these things work. Yep. Right? Like it's not insane, right? Like it's you can create time delays and things like that to protect people. I mean, because what you should be doing with ProveX, in my opinion, is that you should be, trying to get people from all over crypto who don't care about Pulse Chain or Hex or us, don't know anything about us, but you want them to find us and be interested in us. And if step one is first you got to move your money to Ethereum, which maybe they don't even have money on Ethereum, right? Yeah. Then you go across the bridge, wait 30 minutes, right? Like that's already, like a pretty North Korean experience, right?
Compared to everything else.
Yeah. Whereas if step one can be, hey, I saw this, I heard about this ProveX thing. My buddy used it to transfer money to, his abuela back in Guatemala or whatever. I don't know what you people are going to use it for. Or hey, I heard about this ProveX thing because it's pumping a lot. How do I get it, right? You want the first thing to be, well, it's quite simple. It's right here, right? There you go. Sure. Now that you have it, you can use that to basically interact with the protocol and go buy HEX.
Well, shit. Couldn't you just use the actual protocol itself to just whatever chain you're on, you can just buy ProveX? I mean, you can do that too, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's the way you would like it to be.
Sure.
Yeah. So you want it to be fast and easy, and ideally, like you shouldn't even have to think about it. But I think being on the other chains really helps market it as well, right? And what you should really want, if you want the price of HEX to go up, let's say, some people listening to this would like that to happen.
I'd imagine.
The way you want to see 2026 playing out is Richard has a big win with ProveX. Now, obviously, Dylan and I care about ProveX a lot, so we're biased, but nonetheless, you want to see Richard have a big win with ProveX. You want to see him back on YouTube bragging, saying, "Look at this amazing thing! I'm the greatest guy in crypto. This thing is awesome. This is real crypto. It's decentralized, permissionless, private. Lets you get your money from point A to point B. No more CEXs. CEXs, steal your coins and have absurd KYC processes that are they can be very arbitrary.
And the data gets leaked, and then your information's everywhere.
Your data gets leaked. It's just like it's not ideal all the time for everybody, right? CEXs, right? Full stop. They're they come with their own risks and problems, and that would be really cool, right? So basically, Richard's back doing that, and he's going, "Look, this is amazing. This thing that nobody's ever built anything like this before. It's a unique, first of its kind new thing. Awesome, right? Big success. Richard's able to brag about it, and he's able to basically say, "Look, we're basically vertically integrated now. We've got our own L1. We've got
our own DEX.
What's that?
Our own DEX.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess the DEX is part of that. But we've got our own L1, all the kind of key primitive apps that an L1 needs because they've been built by either him or the community. We've got time deposits on the blockchain with HEX, which is a very interesting brand with a lot of history and lore behind it. And we have a massive community, and we're open for business, right? Like that's where you want to be. At the end of this year, and there should hopefully be tens of thousands of new people, if Richard does things right, showing up going, "Hey, I need to find out more about what the fuck's going on over here," right? That's where you would like us to be, right? Where you're basically sitting fielding questions to, there's so many new users that you're basically like, your full-time job suddenly becomes bragging to new users about how you were on the website, and that they should kneel before you because you're an OG, right? Like that's where we would like to be in 365 days time, right? If we run the gauntlet well. Will we get there? I don't know, but that's what we should be shooting for. I think that's kind of what Richard is headed for. So we need to think about what we can do to basically help him get there. And I suspect we're gonna have a bit of quiet for a little bit longer. That's my guess, but So I don't really expect Richard to come out all bushy-tailed and salesy for a while, but I do suspect that within about a year's time, things are going to look a lot different in terms of Richard's outbound marketing, his demeanor, and his general approach to everything versus what it's looked like the past 2 years, where we've been sort of living in the hermit kingdom because of the SEC stuff and other things. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about all that. And I think like it's time for us to basically get excited and start making moves again, getting organized as a community. I was very glad to speak at this thing today, Dylan, because it's like we need to do stuff like this as a community. It's great that Maddie still does it, right? And we need to remind everybody to do what you can to let everybody get excited about whatever part of this chain or RH ecosystem or HEX or whatever that you're excited about, right? You need to get organized and figure out how to get people that are going to basically new people that are going to basically become new participants in the tent that is the RH ecosystem. I'll add one last thing. A lot of you guys seem to not really understand that these things aren't zero sum. Like HEX doesn't do badly because ProveX does well. That's not how things work in general, right? These things are broadly going to move together over time, right? Through in the beginning or in different periods, they can definitely trend. They can definitely trend differently, but on average, right, which is what you care about when you're trying to think like an adult. These things are going to be trending together throughout most of time, right? Maybe not at the beginning, maybe not necessarily right this instant, but they're all part of the same economy, right? So you don't need to look at one thing that you own and say, I only like that thing because I own it, and I don't like that thing because I don't own it, right? Like that's a bit silly. Like I don't own any ink, right? Like I have 0 ink, right? Do I hate ink and love HEX? No.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Like
there's a lot of that goes on in the community. Like
yeah. I mean, a lot of people act like yeah. Well, I don't know. This is like very low IQ tribal thinking.
Yeah, it's fun though.
Like it doesn't actually matter, right? And what you really want is basically anything that's going to bring in more money from outside of the community. That's going to get people excited. That haven't already tried it. Like if we're all just sitting here, looking at each other, going, you should buy like, I've got ink, Dylan. You should sell your HEX and buy ink. And then you look at me and go, no, I've got HEX. You should sell your ink you should do the opposite. Like that, like that's not really useful. Well, what we want to figure out is how do we get tens of thousands of new users to come, play with us, right? That's what we need to figure out. How do we get more friends, Dylan? Yeah, that's kind of the key thing.
There's a couple books on that. Maybe we should all read them. Yeah.
Well, maybe there's a how to win friends and influence portion of SciVive that we can get ChatGPT to rustle up for us. but yeah, we want to basically have tens of thousands of people, coming and playing with us. We want to have so many new YouTubers and young kids coming and discussing our stuff, that you guys don't even want to hear from me anymore. You only want to listen to the latest like Zoomer, idiot, who
Bucks
like
just
sells
crack nowadays. Just 6, 7.
What's that?
I said Bucks just crack nowadays.
Yeah.
6, 7.
Yeah, I mean that's great. That's what we want. But currently where we're at is it's only a relatively small group of people that really care and have been at this a long time and are interested in it, for financial reasons, for just social reasons. They like the community, they would like it to continue. There's definitely an element of that, right? But yeah, no, we need to basically bring in 100,000 new people. Like how do we get 100,000 people all over the world looking at our stuff, right? Well, looks to me like we're starting with a new product, that's hopefully going to connect us to the rest of blockchain, and hopefully it's going to have a nice chart, big beautiful chart, and people all over blockchain are going to like start looking at it, hopefully. And I think that comes back to the cores and HEX. Once people join the community, get interested in it, you're going to see a bottom put into cores. If that ProveX launch is taken well, you're going to see a bottom put into cores because people are going to go, oh, okay, like we're back on track again. Things are happening, and Richard's getting active and the community is getting active, right? You'll feel more confident. It's like when you sit at home and play video games and order pizza, you obviously start to get depressed and fat, right? But when you finally wake up one morning and you decide, I'm not gonna like stay at home and smoke pot and eat pizza. I'm gonna go outside and go for a walk in the woods, right? Just taking those first few steps, in the woods, smelling the fresh air, realizing you've turned a corner, maybe not permanently, but at least for an instant, you suddenly start to feel a little bit of optimism, right? And that's that sort of feeling, will spread throughout the community, right? People will start to feel a little bit more optimism, like, oh, you know what, I think we're finally heading in the right direction. And I think that's where we need to get to. And obviously, like I don't feel like we've taken that first step yet. Dylan, I don't know. What do you think?
Okay. Well, maybe ProveX is that first step, perhaps.
I mean, maybe it could be, but like, I mean, in terms of the animal spirits of the.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'll tell you right now. I think the lowest sentiment that I have ever seen here ever is probably the past like 2 weeks. My guess. Like it's
which actually surprises me. Honestly.
Why is that?
Like, what are they upset about?
Probably just price. My guess.
I mean, but price has been down for a long time. Like, why are you worried about?
It's really
why
down
are you worried?
right now.
Yeah, but why are you worried about price? Like you've already basically gotten raked over the coals for like the longest time, right? Like you have to just accept that. Yeah. That's the way it is, right? So like, what are you going to do about it going forward, right? Like, and as price goes down, right? You have the opportunity for price to go up more, right? If you think this thing has a viable chance of success, or something, if you see something improving, or a change, right? So like, when I have investments go poorly, I don't like sit around and complain about them. That doesn't help me. What does that do for you exactly, Dylan? What is complaining about your investments being down do that's useful?
Literally does nothing.
No, I really want to know, because there's a lot of people in my chats that do this. They sit around and complain about, my coin is down.
Maybe it's venting, perhaps, but
And then they go and blame some poor guy, who's also down a lot, and go, it's all this guy's fault because he's selling, right? I hear that one at least once a day, right? And it's like, that guy put $30 million into PulseX. He's not happy, like it's not like he's winning here, like he lost a lot of money, right? Like, have some sympathy for your fellow down bad person, right? So I see that kind of stuff all the time, Dylan. Right? And yeah, I'd say the sentiment's been relatively terrible. Even in our ProveX Telegram, a lot of these guys just worry about everything. Is Richard going to squash our multiplier? Is Richard going to sack or not sack at the end? I hope a token comes soon. I really need a token to come soon. I hope it does this. I hope it does that. Everybody basically, like, rather than just being a little bit confident, I really worry about these people, because I know they're going to sell too early, basically. They're probably into thin liquidity. Probably to me. Yeah.
Yeah, it's there's only a few winners in this game, right? So like, there's a lot of losers, and there's a couple winners. So
yeah. Well, and so, how do you be a winner? What's the key steps to being a winner, Dylan?
I'd say probably patience is probably a really good attribute to have in this. From what I've learned, at least, is just patience.
Patience is good. I guess that's different than being asleep at the switch.
What do you mean by that?
Well, like, if you're not paying attention.
Oh yeah. Being tuned in and seeing what's going on, and then just being patient, and then, like, having the data at your fingertips. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, you want to make sure you're at least monitoring things, so when they do turn around. I mean, from my perspective, I think you want to buy low and sell high.
Sure.
Right. I think that's the key thing to this game. You want to think about where things can be in the future, and not where they are presently, right? Or where they were in the past. Where they were in the past is really useless, right? That's not a useful thing to dwell on, right? You can learn things from history, but dwelling on the history of something is not necessarily going to be particularly useful in terms of predicting what's likely to happen in the future. Case in point, HEX did a 10,000x. Therefore, a whole bunch of people showed up and said, well, PulseX should do a 10,000x too, right? Didn't happen. Not only did it not do 10,000x, it failed to do 1,000x. Right?
It'll do a lot less X's than that.
Did not do 1,000x. Right? So, like, history you know, is not a reliable indicator of the future, right? So we'll see what happens. But you need to be thinking about the future and what can happen and what's likely to happen, and kind of reassess regularly. But yeah, you don't want to be sitting on your couch, ruining the day and complaining that um, you know it's everything else is somebody else's fault, and it's all because of this guy selling, or it's all because of whatever conspiracy theory you have, um, chemtrails,
Mm.
whatever thing you're upset about. You just want to try and control the things you can control. One of the things you can control is when you enter, right? So
And when you exit.
and then when you exit, right? So buy low, sell high. Are things low right now? Gee, they look pretty low to me. I don't know. Can they go lower? Probably, but how much lower are we talking, really? Right? At some point, people refuse to sell at a loss, right? They just go, I'll just die on this hill here."
Mm.
Right? It's already down so much that it doesn't even matter to me, right? Um, like if it goes down more, whatever, it's basically a zero anyway, right? So people get people stop selling. They don't care about being up or down 10% or 20%. So I think we're kind of already pretty close to that area. There's obviously still going to be sellers, but my point is that the kind of average person stops being a real threat, right? And then you just need a catalyst in the other direction to give people a reason why, hey, this might be exciting. That can be what gets them to buy. So yeah, things are cheap. Can they go cheaper? Yeah. But on the other hand, what have we learned this week? We've learned, Richard's got a big old bag of ETH, or somebody, we presume to be Richard, has a big old bag of ETH. That person is moving steadily towards a launch related to ProveX. That person will is no doubt building this product because they have an intention to try to get glory again, right?
Yeah.
What is the point of getting glory if you're not going to come out and be glorious?
Yeah, if you're not come out swinging.
If you're just going to sit in your basement and not talk to anybody or do anything, like, why be glorious, right? I think the reason to be glorious is, a good reason to be glorious is so that you can, go out and say, hey, I don't know I don't even know who the biggest crypto influencers are at the moment. But hey, Ran, I'm glorious again. It's me, Richard Hart, and I've got something awesome.
Yeah, I'm sure they'd love to talk to him. I mean, I think he offered.
Of course they would. And now he has something to talk about, besides, you're wanted by this person, and your coins are down really bad, right?
You know what? All the cool kids have been wanted at some point, so hey.
Yeah, I mean, the older I get, the more I'm kind of like on that side of things. Like I grew up in a world where like your biggest dread would be getting arrested because you'd have a record,
a black stain on your
yeah, like just that was like that's the worst thing that could happen to you possibly. Like being like a kid from a lily white suburb in America, right? Like, nobody was getting shot. Nobody was, like these sort of things aren't even imaginable. But like, yeah, somebody would get like arrested for shoplifting or drunk driving or something, and my mother would be, oh God, they got that arrest record forever. Now we live in a different world, it appears. I think I asked the Telegram once. I said, like, what percentage of you have been under arrest at one point? And it was like 60% of them.
Wow. Yep.
So, yeah. So yeah, you're probably right. We're living in an outlaw world at the moment.
I know. When I say that, I'm not saying the general community. I'm saying a lot of the names in crypto have been arrested at some point or another.
Oh yeah, I know. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah. No. I'd say we're living in a kind of an outlaw world, right? Like,
yeah.
We have a president that got arrested. We have,
that's true.
All sorts of people. Martin Shkreli, Razzle Dazzle, Razzle Khan,
yeah.
her boyfriend, CZ. I don't know, like the list is enormous, right? Like everybody, Arthur Hayes, everybody's been involved in something. Some people, were shittier than others, in my opinion.
Of course.
Mashinsky, old friend of Richard's. Some people were worse than others, but yeah, I think the stigma there really should have worn off by now. Like Richard didn't even do anything sneaky. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like, he committed like some sort of fraud or, like lied about, something or, anything like that, right? Like, he's accused of
pretty straightforward for years. Like, come on.
He's accused of basically doing exactly what he said he did and would do, right? Like, the question is like, are you allowed to do that, right? But he already proved in court that you can.
Yeah.
Apparently. So it's like, why is he the worst guy in crypto? Like, why? Like, honestly, like it's a little bit unfair.
Maybe we go back to that friend conversation. Maybe that's why.
Sorry, friend conversation. Like, we need more friends.
As in, yeah, and being brass and abrasive. Maybe that doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, people love that stuff. Like,
sure, yeah.
I bet you
asked.
What does Nick Fuentes do? What does every guy on YouTube?
You're not
like
wrong.
They all sit there and basically trash talk and like, what does Trump do? Right.
Same shit. Yeah. Captures people in the middle of the night. Pretty base.
Yeah. So like, what? I don't know. Like, why aren't we better at? Why aren't we bigger? I'm not sure.
Great question.
Because it's not like Richard, did something, especially terrible.
Yeah.
Like Razzle Dazzle Razzle Khan, she stole a whole bunch of people's money, and was spending it, to try to like increase her Instagram profile. Like, what a useless endeavor that is. I don't know. Mashinsky, I think, straight up committed fraud. Right? Could be wrong about that, but like, I think he's accused of that.
What did Mashinsky was the BlockFi guy, right? Or no?
Celsius.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, they technically did. They were, leveraging up users' funds and stuff.
Like that's not good.
No.
That's really bad. Arthur Hayes was trading against his own clients. That's really bad. Do Kwon, I don't even know what he's charged with.
Kwon, yeah. I mean, basically ran a Ponzi.
Is that the charge? Okay. But CZ was funding terrorists. Everybody gives CZ a pass for some reason. Oh, and then there's Richard. He ran a sacrifice, for free speech to create Pulse Chain and PulseX. He told us exactly what he was doing, and we all knew ahead of time how it works and what it is and all this stuff. And we knew exactly what we were getting, right? And we all freely got together and participated. And that's proven in court that it's okay. And he's supposed to be the worst guy in crypto? I don't know. It's like, if he's the worst guy in crypto, then I guess there's a lot of really good people in crypto. And not that many villains. Because there's horrible, I would say there's horrible things happening every day, much more horrible than that. Has it worked out super well so far? No, it has not. Right? But that's investment, right? Sometimes investments don't work out, right? Sometimes the demand isn't there for the product that you think is going to be there. Sometimes, a war breaks out and, creates a force majeure in your contract and, you go bankrupt, right? That's the way investment is, right? And that isn't strictly the founder's fault when that happens, right? Like when, when things don't necessarily work out, right? Like lots of people, pursue things all the time. They fail. They get the second one, the third one, the fourth one, whatever, right? And people admire those people. I don't think Sam Altman's first company is being used for anything, right? I know it got acquired for a relatively small amount of money, but the point is, he moved on to the next thing, and the next.
If you take all his money away, he can probably build something and make money again.
Yeah.
He's got that spark.
And that's what you should do. And will ProveX be a massive success? No guarantee. But you would like to see Richard have success, right? That would be good. That's good for the brand, guys.
I was going to make one of a point to what you were saying, but I can't remember what it was. Pertain to this. He's doing things that he can't control. So, whether or not you like it or not, but he can't control the sellers, obviously. That's a community thing. But he can't control the outbound messaging, which he's tried to do with the doodle pads. Okay. Community members have also tried to do that with the postcards and stuff. And then, maybe he's trying to do that outbound messaging again with the ProveX stuff, right? So, I mean, the guy's persistent. He's clearly not giving up. He's trying his pivots. He's trying to throw more darts at the board and see what sticks, from what I can gather. I mean, it's not like, because he could have pretty easily just rode off in the sunset and just fucked off, right? Because we almost thought that borderline months ago, oh yeah, he's not really doing anything. But we got 2 videos in the past month or whatever. That's pretty good. It's a good start. He's doing the marketing with the doodle pads, whether you like it or not. He's trying something.
He's clearly working. He's clearly, taking it seriously. You can tell the difference between, a Brock Pierce style exit and this, right?
Exactly.
He's not, he's not pursuing, I don't know, like watercolors or, you know,
Yeah.
you
Going to
know,
the
some
fireman or whatever the fuck it is in the desert, you know.
he's
College.
he's not going to Burning Man, and you know, like he's not like suddenly interested in philanthropy, you know, or like he's still in the zone very much, following crypto very closely,
Yep.
right? Yeah, like he knows all about all whatever is happening in crypto. Still very interested in the community, despite the fact that there's so many of you idiots that sit
Bully the
there
shit out of him.
and bully the shit out of them. Yeah, like who are you people? Uh, like the guy's trying. The guy's trying. Let him try. You know, like I think if I were in his shoes, I'd be tempted to say, you know what, screw these guys. But I'm glad he hasn't done that because I know a lot of you guys do care a lot, and yeah, he does seem to still care. And yeah, I think you might as well just wait and see how this one plays out, right? I feel pretty confident he's here to make some big moves, right? Like I don't know what exactly he's going to do. I don't know what he's got planned, but you wouldn't start this if you weren't confident that you had a good chance of success, right? You wouldn't go. There's no point in going through all this again.
Yeah.
Just to have a similar result.
Especially for the pitiful amount that you raised as well.
Yeah.
Like, would it have been worth your time if it's just another fucking shit show? No. Like, come on.
I mean, if he can raise another $1 billion, then yeah, that's worth his effort, right?
Exactly. That's my point. Yeah.
Yeah. But in this case, the only reason to do it is because you think this thing has a chance of doing something interesting from an ROI perspective. What is interesting? Like, how much do things have to go up in order to get people's attention? Right? Like, I think that's kind of one of the questions you should ask yourself.
Yeah.
How much does HEX go up when this thing goes up a lot? Like I think to his question, what should it be paired to? Like it's probably going to be paired to Pulse. This goes up, Pulse goes up. Pulse goes up, HEX goes up, right? Like they're all kind of related. Yeah. To create real FOMO and bring in tens of thousands of new users, that should be the goal. I think that's kind of what we have to sit and wait for. I don't expect that soon. I don't expect that on day one, just to be clear. But I think that's where we want to be in a year's time. So, how do we get there? What's Richard got up his sleeve? Yeah. Right. But I'm super excited about 2026. I think the setup here is, super interesting. We've got very cheap cores, might get cheaper still. But how much cheaper can they really get? Right. Eventually they'll be the last seller out.
Yeah.
And there'll only be people going, hey, I can pump this for not that much money. Wouldn't it be fun to, do that, And
I mean, shit. Remember when that guy did HEX, right?
Yeah.
He sneakily bought like 2 million and then he went live. He's like, oh, yeah, I got a bunch of Asian whales. We're going to buy the shit out of this thing. Buy it up. And then, yeah, it's only a matter of time from shit like that starts happening again. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of at that level where that it's pretty easy to do it. So yeah, I think Richard's basically, just gonna have a few more quiet days. But I think we're probably gonna get a new token sometime in. I'm gonna guess kind of March would be my guess. Dylan, I don't know.
I think it's gonna come pretty quick. Like,
could be a
I don't know.
month.
I got the feeling that
it could be a month earlier. Like I think February is possible. But you want to dot your I's and cross your T's with these things.
Sure.
But yeah, it may come relatively quickly.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're fine with that too. But I think we'll likely see in a year's time a very different Richard than the one that we see currently. We're going to see a confident Richard with a new product, some new success. And hopefully we're going to have a whole lot of friends, and hopefully we're not going to be screaming at new people, scaring them away, acting stupid.
Yeah.
We would like to bring in a whole bunch of new people, and bring their money with them, because ultimately that's who you need to basically find to buy. You need to grow the community, and that makes your real estate more valuable, not less valuable.
Yeah.
And when you go to sell your real estate, you get more money for it, right? That's how this works, right? So we gotta try and bring in as many new people as possible, and get them excited about our future. Do people want to go to North Korea? No, right? They don't.
Not yet.
It doesn't sound like a nice place to live. But once you start building your thing into a Singapore, and things are and it's like, wow, this is actually really good, and like I like the community. They're fun. They speak English. They're real people. There's money to be made over here. There's interesting things happening, right? Once you get to
maybe a more relatable
yeah.
Metaphor would be in Detroit you see those pictures of the streets where it's just all abandoned houses.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? You don't want to live there. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, let's get some gentrification going here, guys. Let's spruce it up a little bit, and then all the rich.
You want to be in the place where all the women stay at home and wear yoga pants because they don't have to work, right?
There you go. Yeah.
Is that Chris Rock? Somebody like that said this. I thought it was a pretty good.
Well,
one.
there was an interesting idea brought up just about an hour ago at the conference, that maybe we could send tablets to all the people in Greenland who are going to get $100,000 each from Trump.
I love it.
Hey, Buck, I'm moving to Greenland real quick. Okay, we should all go there.
We could actually have a big impact in Greenland because
the Great Migration, not into Hex, just in Greenland, and then
we should just go there and take over and name it Hexaco,
right?
And declare loyalty to Donald Trump. Because there's probably about as many Greenlanders as there are like RH people, right? And they probably don't have nearly as many guns as we do. So
oh yeah, it'll be easy conquest.
Yeah, you get a couple of Mexican rednecks up against a couple of Greenlanders. Like I think you could probably get them to surrender without even firing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'd be a good community outreach and effort.
Just taking over a whole fucking country.
If we just take over Greenland.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can send them tablets too. I just like the idea of
right.
Of actually Greenland Hexaco. That would be cool.
So yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of great ideas being discussed here at the 6th annual HEX conference. And for what it's worth, I want to give my 2 cents that I think when RH is asking on Twitter, like, What should the liquidity be? What should it be paired with? I think that's a real question. I don't think it's rhetorical. There was like this PLS planning committee that had like 75 people working in secret, and RH was literally asking for input because he wants to crowdsource the best ideas and make sure he's not missing anything. So is he smart enough to come up with these answers? Of course he is. But he also wants to include the community, whether that's just like creating more stakeholders, or whether I think there have been times where he actually did take the community's feedback, whether it was Dev Kyle doing a Monte Carlo simulation and saying, wait a second, this staking feature in Hex needs to be a little bit different, or whether it was other examples of Pulse Chain getting reworked by people giving input. So I would encourage everybody who has a brain between their shoulders to go give your great ideas on Twitter under that Richard Hart thread that he posted today. And make sure that we're getting the best ideas out there.
I will say, furthering on that point, I was in that chat, and when Richard basically said, "Hey, I want to launch this in 3 weeks," or a little bit before that, and he became more active because he like disappeared for a while. I told him about where Aave on testnet v2b was harvested, and I was like, "Hey, man, I don't think you harvested this on this testnet, and you should probably take a look at that." And so that was a direct like thing that I told him about, and he did it. So yeah. So furthering Maddie's point, it's probably not rhetorical. That's a good point you bring up, because I honestly thought that his Twitter question was rhetorical, but good point.
Yeah, I think getting the right ideas out there, like being part of this brain trust or whatever is a good thing. And I'm crossing my fingers that RH will drop a video tomorrow as a part of the 4th day of the Hex conference. I'm blocking off the last hour, as I typically do, for 9 p.m. Central Chicago time to see if he'll drop something. But we're gonna have a great program tomorrow. But before I go over what we're doing after today, I want to definitely thank Hex Sustain, Dylan, and Buckamentals for being on, and ask you guys if you could please plug where people can find more of your content.
Sure. You can find us in the ProveX pool Telegram, t.me/ProveX pool. There's a checker that is up. Go check your points. You don't really have to. It's not a rush, but go check. Okay. And you can find me on Twitter at @bb_trippin. And you can always find me on Telegram at Hexologist. So don't message Buck; he won't reply. Message me.
Awesome.
Buck?
Yeah, just to say thanks to Maddie for organizing this as always. Love doing this and appreciate it. And looking forward to the rest of 2026. It's going to be, I think, a very, very interesting year.
Well, I want to thank you guys as well for organizing the ProveX pool, and also for sponsoring the Hex conference last year. I really appreciate it. And looking forward to having you guys on in the future.
Thanks, Maddie.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
So just wrapping up the conference from today, I want to thank all the speakers. We had an amazing lineup today. We had a lot of OGs, people who aren't streaming all the time. We had Hexologist, we had Cabana, Big Kurkowski, we had Aubrey de Grey, renowned scientist. And to start off the day, we had Crypto 7 and Johnny Chaos. I want to thank Switch.win and Brandon Davis for making a contribution to the conference that helps us pay the bills. We're still a little bit in the red, so if anybody has there's any whales out there swimming around, if you can make a 1K donation or something, that would really help out. The donation address is mati.eth and mati.pls. And a portion of that will go to our stage manager, who helps make this whole thing possible, Rachel Laub, also known as Fashion Coder, or Hey, it's Crypto Bestie. She has done an amazing job, and I really want to thank her for her volunteer efforts this time. Again, it wouldn't be possible to have such a well put together show if we didn't have a stage manager and somebody running the green room, getting the speakers all warmed up, and everybody's camera and mic working well. So big shout out to Rachel for that. Tomorrow is going to be the it's going to be the pinnacle of the 4-day conference. We've got Zenith doing a legal update in the first 20 minutes, and then Nerd Girl 007 will be spilling the tea for 40 minutes about the history of HEX and Pulse Chain. Then we're going to have a 4-person panel with Kareem the Dream, Fast Abdul, Brissology, and Wendy's for Tendies will be reappearing. And then there's going to be a 9-person power panel with Axis Alive, Big Kirkowski, Crispy Man, Fast Abdul, Toby1 Hexobi, Whitney Magic, Giga the Mentor, Rachel Laub, and myself, Maddie Allen. And then we're hoping in the last hour of the conference that we get a recording or a video from Richard Hart. Holding our breath for that one. Hopefully it'll work. But anything you all can do, hit the like and subscribe button, share this out. It's the 6th annual HEX conference. We just wrapped up day 3. And so thank you for being here. As always, stake wisely, my friends, and peace out. Till tomorrow.
Tell me what's next, bitch. About to get a check, bitch. All them other broke cryptos getting scammed like Exit. You know who the best is. Trying to invest, my suggestion. Go and get some HEX quick. Got me on my HEX shit. 4 cent, 5 cent, 6 cent. Tell me what's next, bitch. Got me on my HEX shit. 1 cent, 2 cent, 3 cent. Tell me what's next, bitch. About to get a check, bitch. All them other broke cryptos getting scammed like Exit. You know who the best is. Trying to invest, my suggestion. Go and get some HEX quick. Got me on my HEX shit. 4 cent, 5 cent, 6 cent. Tell me what's next, bitch.